Hello, welcome to Rumbi and Senses, and good afternoon to you. I hope you guys are doing absolutely incredible. So I just want to say, if this is your first time to pass through this channel, I'm going to ask you to subscribe and make sure that you ring the bell so that every time I'm live, you'll be notified immediately. And to my regulars, whom I respect and love, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around. And we're going to be having quite a lot of, deep thinking and really having very serious conversations today. This is a very, very, very sad, really sad story today. I don't even know where to start, but we have to start, right? We have to start. So today we are looking at Tendai Biti, Welshman Ncube, Jacob Mafume, Wende, Charlton Wende. They've decided to aid ZANUPF to topple Nelson Chamisa. Quite very unfortunate. And this is what we're going to be looking at today. Very interesting this afternoon, actually. And happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. Can I tell you, we're just going to go straight to see what's going on Twitter. But let me be honest with you. Twitter trends are definitely on flaming fire. Good to see everyone. Twitter trends are on fire. All I'm saying is, could go viral on Twitter? Like, people can't begin to fathom that we're in this predicament, considering the amount of investment, time that we did prior to elections. You have seen the rural masses, the campaign trail. We all campaigned, we all rally behind Citizen Coalition for Change, Nelson Chamisa. But here we are today. We are looking at Tendai Biti, Welshman Ncube, Charlton Wende, and also Jema Fome. These are the shortlisted people who literally have just turned against the entire movement. So that's what we're going to be looking at this afternoon. I'm extremely disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I wish I had their contact number. I could have called them individually and say, hey, let's have a talk. Let's talk. Let's find each other. What's happening? Why are we in this predicament? How did we get here? We need to sort out ourselves, even if we don't have to work together. But there's just something about us being one and being a family and really being able to resolve our issues within the parameters of our corridors. Very, very crucial. So let's have a look and see what's going on Twitter. Trust me, Tendai Biti is trending big time. Tendai Biti is trading, sitting at 7,227 posts about him. And like I said to you, it's all because of these shenanigans that we are dealing with now. More pushing on as well. He is definitely trending. Because, Hopo has always been like a mouthpiece of these guys. 1 minute you were supporting Nelson Chamisa, then he turned around the time that Tendai Biti lost against Markham, that he began to criticize Citizen Coalition for Change, Nelson Chamisa as well. He had expectations because him and Tendai Biti are buddies, that Tendai Biti could have retained that seat. But in my opinion, there's time for everything. So the people that are bringing the story of Songezo being allegedly being Emmerson Mnangagwa's son, we'll look at that story in our next show, because I'm going to come back again tonight and we talk about these issues. We need to look deep really on Songezo, what's going on and all his recalls. So I can't cover that story right now. I need to focus on these four men whom I've respected really. Jema Fume, when he was the mayor of Harare, I respected him. Wende also, I respected him so much. Tendai Biti, he's a man. People always call him that he's a wisdom bank. He's a wise man. He's a smart man. Let me not call him wise, but smart, intelligent man. So Zimbabweans confuse intelligence and wisdom because wisdom reigns supreme. You can be intelligent and still be foolish. Like where we are right now, I've never seen the level of foolishness that I'm facing at this moment. If I have to look at a person like Tendai Biti, I expect more from him. I really definitely do expect more from him, but he definitely, he disappointed me. When I look at Welshman Ncube as a father, and really, I feel like Zimbabweans need to start thinking. You don't just act, you think before you act. Then we have Blawayo that is trending as well. But you know why Blawayo is trending? It's because of the Blawayo 12 members of parliament. Now there's quite a number of recalls. We're going to touch that story a little bit later. But now let's focus on these four men that have betrayed the movement. Very disappointing, absolutely embarrassing, and I am personally disappointed. Disappointed with these four men. Extremely disappointed. Okay, so moving on, let's have a look and see what's going on right now. We're getting straight into our stories for the day. All right, so Nelson Chamisa tweeted on the 10th of October 2023, said a leopard never changes its spots. And people are saying apparently Tendai Biti tried to topple Chamisa. That was Changirai then, and now he's back again trying to topple Nelson Chamisa. People are like, a leopard never changes its skin, you know. And I'm a firm believer that who a person is, they are. You can't change someone. You know, they can pretend to be who they're not, but you know, your real self will always going to come out, right? Yes. No matter how much you pretend, one day people are going to know who you truly are. Here we are today. We are sitting with Tendai Biti, who extremely humiliated us. Like at this point in time, yes. And then Pesa Rohanya said, you failed to topple Tangirai and you have failed to topple Nelson Chamisa working with the ZANUPF. That's Tendai Biti. I heard he's actually running a business together with one of the ZANUPF elite. Why is ZANUPF facilitating and implementing these authoritarian recalls? You're working with ZANUPF, full stop and shame on you. So that is Pedsayo Ruhanya. You also said the Triple C rebels, most of them who were in PDP, are plotting to recall Honorable Advocate Mahere, Honorable Ostallos and Echibaya, Triple C, arguing that the pillars of Nelson Chamisa must fall. But this is all political tomfoolery because they have zero political base. Triple C base must speak out. Triple C base is us. We will speak out. We are the Triple C base. And you know what I mean by that? We, the Zimbabwean people, the citizens, we are the true best. If we are not there, there's definitely nothing. So I don't know what they're trying to do, really, because they will never win. But, you know, I remember the interview that Tendai Biti had with HSTV, with Dara. I don't know if you guys still remember that interview, when he was asked a question about him not returning to Parliament. And I just wanted you guys to take a listen to what he said. Let me refresh your minds before we proceed, because we don't want to act like we have hatred here. I don't hate Tendai Biti. I think he's incredible, but at this point in time, we need to really speak very audibly. He had an interesting interview with Dara on HSTV, and let's have a listen of what he had to say regarding the issue of Parliament. Please take a listen.
So, as you lead the Public Accounts Committee fighting corruption, how are you going to continue if you are going to continue to highlight these issues now that you're not in Parliament?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm a lawyer. You know, I'm a lawyer, and law can be an instrument for social justice. So I'll continue doing what I've been doing. I write books. I'm going to write books. So the closure of one door is the opening of many new other doors. So that's not a big issue. Tendai Biti is alive and kicking, and I'll be alive and kicking. That's why I'm talking to you right now, speaking on these technical issues that not many can speak about.
Yeah. But do you feel somehow let down that you're not in Parliament? Are you concerned?
I don't want to, but that's a debate for another day. I'm happy with my life. There are platforms that feel that I should be doing more. There are platforms that think I'm useful, and sometimes a prophet is not recognized in his own country. So the future is a blank check.
Wow. I just want to repeat this. I want you to listen carefully.
So, as you lead the Public Accounts Committee fighting corruption, how are you going to continue if you are going to continue to highlight these issues now that you're not in Parliament?
Well, I mean, you know,
First of all, is the attitude. The problem, there's someone who said there are people who suffered from I know it all. When you're growing up and people are telling you in the family that you're an amazing person, not only in the family, maybe at school you are doing extremely well, at work you're doing extremely well, and in family you always want to be that good child. You always overdo things because you want to fit in. I feel like Tendai Biti actually suffered from the same sickness, of saying I know it all. People saying I'm a good person, I can speak vocabulary, because Tendai Biti knows how to drop my vocal. When you speak English, you know how to do so. And Zimbabweans make one mistake of measuring your intelligence or your smartness by how you're speaking English. That's not correct. As a matter of fact, I've seen a lot of Zimbabweans out there who can speak fluent, top-notch class English, but doing absolutely nothing in life, just roaming around like they're crazy. No direction. I've seen a lot. We made one mistake of thinking our education work all the time. No. There are spaces where education don't have to. What if you die today so there won't be no citizen coalition for change? This one at Tendai Biti, they're too grown. There are so many young people, equip them. They're too grown for the job, really too grown for the job. Why do we have to always think that we need to hang out around one person? We must learn to equip our society so that these young people can also thrive. I'm definitely against the attitude that Tendai Biti has. He thinks like he knows it all. You know it all. It doesn't work like that in life. Of course, definitely, it does not work like that in life. Humble yourself, brother. Humble yourself.
I'm a lawyer, and law can be an instrument for social justice. So I'll continue doing what I've been doing. I write books. I'm going to write books.
Hey, please keep on writing.
So the closure of one door is the opening of many new other doors. So that's not a big issue. Tendai Biti is alive and kicking, and I'll be alive and kicking. That's why I'm talking to you right now, speaking on these technical issues that not men can speak about.
Yeah. But do you feel somehow let down that you're not in parliament?
How does he feel let down that he's not in parliament? The sign of being a leader is that if you lose a competition, you need to accept that I've lost, right? There's no need for you. There's definitely no need for you to fight. You should know that, no, I've lost. And fair play. Whoever won, let them do it. But if you think that you've been laid down, how can you be laid down by the system that you're actually a leader to? I can only imagine that if I have to get into a competition, that's why I don't like competition. People knows I don't like competition. So I always say that I can't be in politics because I hate losing. So I don't want to be there. Yes, I want to keep telling myself that I can win. So I'd rather be doing my small things and when I'm happy there and I don't have to argue or fight with anybody. We can't be wasting our time in discussing this nonsense of Tendai Biti, Welshman Ncube. They're not special, these people. They need to fall off. Let's work with the young people. The movement of Sengezo Chamisa is strong. And we must let's never be, shaken. Let's remain resolute because we understand where we are going. Just because we did fall off, don't know, who cares? There are so many people equipped, smart, intelligent. When the vision is in place, success is sure. So him either is going to do whatever he does with most and Mafume. As a matter of fact, Mafume, we supported you when you were the mayor. Now you think you were supposed to be the mayor again. What is it about you? Because you lost against Ian. Now you think you must be the only person to be seen on the top. It does not work like that. That's not an attitude of great men. Great men understands that you don't have to have a position to fulfill purpose. You can always fulfill purpose even if you do not have a title. That's greatness. A title means nothing. So many people who are not supposed to be in spaces are literally forcing themselves because you are carrying a title. That means absolutely nothing because you can speak, vocabulary in parliament does not make you the only smart man in Zimbabwe. Then what if you die? Because we're all going to leave this world. Then what? Zimbabwe must be stuck because Tendai Biti is normal. We need to give young people a chance to play a part. He's not the only person who could speak truth to power. Empower the young. Be a mentor. That's the problem of poverty in a country. is people are so holding on to government spaces because they're desperate. In successful countries, people don't care about being a member of parliament. People care about fulfilling purpose and succeed in their own way, in their own right. But when the country is poor, everyone is looking for a job, and to be seen is an embarrassment. It's definitely a shame.
Are you concerned?
I don't want to, but that's a debate for another day. I'm happy with my life.
You better.
There are platforms that feel that I should be doing more. There are platforms that think I'm useful, and sometimes a prophet is not recognized in his own country. So,
what do you mean by that? Tendai Biti, that's absolutely reckless statement. You have been in the government space for many years. You were trusted even in the time of the government of national unity. Okay, now join ZANUPF and do whatever you want to do. Let's see if you can survive with those toxicity. When you said a prophet is not being recognized in his own country, what do you mean? You lost against Markham. Make peace with it. Serve. There's so many ways to serve. Don't be too bigger than your shoes. That's the problem of most of our brothers. They're too bigger. Too bigger. Too much arrogance. So that was his ally, this dude, Emmanuel Zilas Gumbo. So Emmanuel tweeted, was like, just in, this Triple C caucus concludes that Tshabangu's grievances are internal genuine grievances held by many, not just him. Therefore, internal genuine engagement will be initiated between the President Chamisa and many others who share same concerns. They're trying to reach out to Chamisa. How do you reach out to Chamisa after all the chaos that you've caused in the country? After the sacrifice that we made, in return, you pay us by destroying which that we are trying to build. You're not fighting Chamisa, you're fighting the entire Zimbabwe, who had hope to have change in the country. It is very sad. I did not expect this from Tendai Biti and Welshman Ncube. You know, you exalted money than the future of people. I mean, why is it Tendai Biti think like it's bigger than anyone else? No, sir, you are not actually. You know, get off your high horse and begin to do what's right. It's respecting the will of the people. And one thing about our brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe is they're selfish, greedy. That's the problem. You have a job. Think about the elders who committed themselves to the struggle. People were singing and dancing. They'd hope to see change in the country. You've seen a sham of this past election. And let me tell you, these guys, they've been working like literally tirelessly to destroy Citizen Coalition for Change, assuming that if they start their political party, they'll be voted for. Not in our lifetime. It's in your head. It will never happen. We don't vote for deceivers. Deception, you betrayed the struggle. You betrayed me. So I'm standing here to say, Mr. Tendai Biti, you betrayed the struggle. We mean business right here. We invested so much in the struggle. We don't deserve what we are seeing right now. Some people spend their last dollar this past election. They wanted change. People traveled from Europe to Zimbabwe. Some from South Africa. You saw people selling their cows in quest of a change in the country. And this is how you treat them, slapping them in the face by greedy, selfishness, and wickedness. Absolutely embarrassing and humiliating. We have a community of men who have no moral, who have no heart for anybody. This is why I think it's about time that women have to lead. We are sick and tired of our men are simply messing up with our lives. Honestly, I respect men, and I do, but some men in Zimbabwe really have costed us so much. It's time we begin to respect women, because men know you literally have let us down in the country. You let us down. But yeah, I want you guys to listen, because remember, when I'm telling you, Definitely Tendai Biti, Welshman Ncube, I'm sure maybe they were paid by the regime. I do not know. They're just simply allegations. But you also remember that there was a video that came out through HSTV as well when Muchangwa was having a presser. I want you to take a listen to what Muchangwa said, because that will tell you exactly what's going on in the country. Why people have concluded that they are working with ZANUPF. And now it's all over the place with all our sacrifices. They took them like it is a joke. Muchangwa made it clear. It's very sad, actually. Very, very, very sad. He confirmed, Muchangwa, that no, we are trying to protect Welshman Ncube and Tendai Biti. Take a listen, please.
Outwit each other among themselves, where every energy is spent on trying to outwit each other among themselves. So all now we have to protect Biti from Chamisa. We have to protect Welshman Ncube from Chamisa. By simply not refusing to partake in conspiratorial democracy. We are not believers in conspiratorial democracy. He wants to conspire against his own colleagues using ZANUPF as a cover. And our president says no. That's why we are saying maybe Poland is the best way for us to proceed. Because nobody cheats anybody in Poland. Because Chamisa has been making overtures to say to our president, can you become an accomplice so that I shaft Biti, I shaft Welshman. Now it looks like in Blawa the tables are turned. I'm told Sengezo Tshabangu and Welshman are very close. So the part of Wapu. Where every energy is spent on trying to outwit each other among themselves. So all now we have to protect Biti from Chamisa. We have to protect Welshman Ncube from...
Did you hear that? That they literally protect Welshman Ncube. This is Muchangwa and Tendai Biti from Chamisa. Do you believe that? Absolutely nonsense. Nonsense.
By simply not refusing to partake in conspiratorial democracy. We are not believers in conspiratorial democracy. He wants to conspire against his own colleagues using ZANUPF as a cover. And our president says no. That's why we are saying maybe Poland is the best way for us to proceed. Because
you know, ZANUPF is desperate for a one-part state. You can't have a one-part state in such a dilapidating situation. Why are people seeking for alternative leadership? It's because ZANUPF have completely failed. You have been, anyway, let's just say we were in a one-part state for how many years? 43 years. What did you do? Absolutely nothing. So you can't even canvass for one-part state considering that you are not good at leadership. You don't have what it takes to lead the people of Zimbabwe. Can I tell you, today I was extremely disappointed. I was so hurt. So I met one of my brother, a Zimbabwean guy. Beautiful. Let me just say, I'm saying this because he authorized me. He gave me an autonomy to talk about this. Beautiful young man. And he said to me, my sister, I have a degree from the University of Zimbabwe, political science. But he's a security guard. That's where you have taken us to. That's your legacy, ZANUPF. Mr. Muchangwa, that's your legacy. That a young man with political science is working as a security guard. Very disappointing and hateful. And how many Zimbabweans who are qualified, professionals who are working the most low-paying jobs, just for them to have something to eat. That's how you've reduced the country to. You should really consider your legacy. So for me, the reason why we are in this predicament where young people can't get jobs is because of the old people who can't let go of positions. If a person studied political science and you are always blocking them, Madam Muchangwa, you should go home and start building the farm there. If I papo, give young people a chance. We have so many Madara around Parliament who knows absolutely nothing. Yesterday I was reading an article that there are so many members of Parliament who can't even write. or who can't even read or even plan for the debate. That's the kind of country that we have in Zimbabwe. The kind of caliber of people that are claimed to be in leadership. Honestly, we need to be honest with one another. We need to fix the country by doing what's right. Vana Muchangwa, you're too grown for these jobs. Go home. Right now, you're still fighting the youngsters with all the monies you guys have taken, but you will never have enough. Give young people a chance to also live. It is very disappointing and very, very disappointing.
Nobody cheats anybody in Poland. Because Chamisa has been making overtures to say to our president, can you become an accomplice so that I shaft beat?
That's a lie.
I shaft Welshman.
Propaganda.
Now, it looks like in Blawa the tables are turned. I'm told Sengezo Tshabangu and Welshman are very close. So, the part of what
they only specialize in demolishing. They specialize on demolishing. As a matter of fact, ZANUPF specialize in demolishing. Always going after keys to destroy. It is embarrassing. It's a shame. A shame of a legacy. Very embarrassing. Now, Majairos said, Triple C rebels, some of them. Who am I thought could ever do such a thing because of the respect I had for them? We'll learn the hard way, the Monzora way. Read people's mood. You can't do this, expect to have a political life after. This is your end. Muchaperera muchi missionary. Definitely. Vana Tendai Biti Welshman Ncube, not in our lifetime. No one will ever respect such nonsense. Okay, let's just say you did not win to get those seats. Does that qualify you to destroy? You did not win, but does that qualify you to destroy? That's how bad it is. You have lost. Give other people a chance. Can wapa ZANUPF masses, then what are you going to get? Money in exchange of money. You've sold our souls in exchange of money. You guys are cursed. He said you can't work with ZANUPF in an attempt to destroy the opposition movement, except people to respect you. Whatever the grievance is, working with ZANUPF to destroy the movement is not right. Tese taitoa now my grievances, but destroying the party was never an option, 100%. And what grievance do you have? It's not your vision to cry out loud. It's a movement for everyone. What grievance do you have with the citizens of Zimbabwe? You think you're fighting Chamisa? No, you're fighting us. That's why we are speaking. It's our movement, all Zimbabweans. It's our thing. We came together to build a citizen coalition for change. We want change in the country. We are sick and tired of always finding ourselves stuck dealing with foolish things. We want to move forward. That's the reason why we opted for change in this country. Quite very sad indeed. Walter Mzembe, he said Machiavellian politics ended with Robert Mugabe up to 2014. When he dropped one ball, Joyce Mujuru, not one in fact, but many during the Gamma Talks debacle, it signaled the beginning of this end. Morgan Tsvangirai himself was also a Machiavellian practitioner. We built a very broad church of opposition from students, intellects, labor. At some stage, he too started dropping balls, maybe a judgmental issue from recurring illness, just as there were errors of judgment arising out of old age from Mugabe and both leaders at various stages surrounding themselves with psychopathic court gestures. When Mugabe dropped the second ball in 2017 in Mnangagwa, hell broke loose. Success arrangement to both leaders are seen not to have learned anything from this pursuing political of exclusion and conquest from the onset of their reigns. They've not kept any of the critical balls in the air, but started off with balls on the floor. Now it is clear the stability of politics comes from a philosophy of inclusion and power sharing, our traditional day concept being instructive. So so far as long as some critical minds are out of the picture, the plotting doesn't stop. It continues unabated. It is not a coincidence that this nation experienced bouts of stability and progress during periods of inclusive politics. After the Unity Agreement in 1987, after the Global Political Agreement in 2008, in between, and after has been painful periods of Congress politics continuing even now. So both spectrums of our politics are some kind of like opposites, with both refusing to learn from historical precedents. Bubblegum politics is not going to fly for both ZANUPF and Citizen Coalition for Change. As our current binary gladiators is I-type, the script is playing itself out, with both on trial for belittling former comrades and playing total annihilation politics. There's a demographic age bend that both ZANUPF and CCC are seeking to prematurely retire from politics. A group vested with experience, knowledge, and political cunningness, which clearly won't go without a fight. A simple lesson I learned from our own experience with November 2017 in hindsight is the analogy of basic traffic rules underpinned by the give way principle. Without robots, this is a tried and tested method which brings order to the traffic jungle. Did I learn something from political fallouts? Yes, but those who benefited from the best submission to this rule, have they learned something as the first inevitable exit? It seems like a big no. On the part of ZANUPF, they've now invented their own G40 to do exactly what they fought in us. So another round of acronomy is in the horizon. Let's learn from history and rebuild politics of conquest. It's not going to work for Zimbabwe, both in partisan and national level. Nyikanderu tese isu ndapedza. Agreed. We can agree that both CCC and ZANUPF, they are old people who need to, old wine need to go. In Israel, where this whole mess happened recently, in the biblical times, there was one small little tribe. It was called the tribe of Issachar. The Bible says it was the most successful tribe out of all the tribes in Israel. Why it was successful? Because they understood times and seasons. The problem in Zimbabwe, we do not understand the times and seasons. We keep applying the same old strategy, same old. That's why it's fighting with this generation. Because I'm like, when I look, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I'm looking at my fathers, when I'm Changwa, the president himself, all these people are our fathers that we look at. For me, in the 80s, I'm like, you are our parents, yo. You are fathers, we've got sons, the same age that we share. What the hell are you all doing? What are you doing? Same old tactics that does not even work. The country is dilapidating. It's going down. Actually, 2 days ago, but a day ago, some ZANUPF guys got involved in a car accident. The car is a mess. And they passed away today. And people were like, we have told you, our roads must be fixed. Our hospitals need to have medication. We are busy. It's a vicious cycle of stagnation. We are going absolutely nowhere because of greedy. We never learn from our past experiences and see how we can correct the future. It's all about power. It's all about retaining positions, not about building the nation, not about strengthening the next generation, not about passing the baton to the next generation. It's about me, as long as I'm collecting. That poverty mentality that I spoke to you about, that as we don't understand what posterity means or building wealth means, we assume that looting money is building wealth. No, it is just building a curse. You are cursed. There's no wealth. You are not absolutely nothing. You can build houses as you build, but if there's no tradition or a culture of building wealth, we are going absolutely nowhere. Building wealth is training your children to understand principles that govern success. That's building wealth. Because when they're equipped with the tools to work and to succeed, then they'll pass the very same tools to the next generation. That's why it's important to train your children, not to give money. But this regime assume that looting everything and collecting will make them rich. Some of the monies they're looting will kill their children where they take cocaine. Find the meaning of life, because now the money is there. I'm driving any car in the world. I've stayed in the most expensive house, but I'm still empty. Fulfillment comes from understanding that you have a purpose and a calling. The reason for living is not collecting money. The reason for living is fulfillment. There's something so important about purpose. It's a regime that is so toxic that you have no understanding on how to equip young people to understand the value of life. Today, our children are selling their bodies. They're drinking alcohol like crazy. They've lost the meaning of life. They're swarmed with drug addiction, lost the meaning of life because we created a culture of dependence syndrome, not a culture of hard work, a culture of creating opportunities. We failed the simple principles that makes us a better people. And we are reshuffling the same old tactics, and it's toxic. We are stagnant. We are literally like in this position where don't even know how to even breathe anymore. You wake up, it's another drama. Episodes of drama and episodes of drama. That makes me question, where are the elders in Zimbabwe? Where is the family structure that should really talk to the people and restore sanity in our community? Where we are right now, it's nothing but a mess. Every day is drama after drama. We are sick and tired. We have to fix this country. That's why I'm still advocating for a transitional government. And really, if it's possible, a referendum. Every Zimbabwean come and sit in one box. What do we want to move on with in this country? We are sick and tired of these political gimmicks. It's going on and on day after day. No, it's not working. We need a referendum. Let's sit down and talk. What can we do to better this country? Because as for now, you're simply just wasting our time. That's for sure. I said, on account of working with ZANUPF, you have lost the battle of public opinion. The hearts and minds of the masses, public opinion is on Chamisa's side. Agreed. Where Chamisa goes, we go. It's non-negotiable. Where Chamisa goes, I go. And Chamisa is from Mashingo, so I go. And I'm not a tribalist, but I will go. I will go. I can't form men who are cowards. Men who are cowards, who have no understanding that no, having a position is not fulfilling purpose. You can fulfill purpose still and be fulfilled without having a position. That alone, toxicity right there. Toxicity. All right, moving on, guys. This topic is one of the most sensitive topics, but I'm going to ask you, if you have your time, to stick around. Very, very sensitive topic. It's about homosexuality. Definitely today, there was a meeting in Zimbabwe. I want you to get this right because people are always avoid to talk about this subject, but trust me, it is so crucial, especially in the days that we are in Zimbabwe. So many things are happening and we keep on want to say, oh, we don't want to talk about it. We better talk about it. So there's some parliamentarians believe that Zimbabwe must not grant members of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and intersexual LGBTQ, ZW community freedom to openly exercise their sexual rights. First and foremost, before I even start commenting on this issue, I want you guys to take a listen to what Dr. Matthew had to say when he had an interview with Trevor Ncube. Very, very crucial and important. Like I said, some people avoid this topic, but we better do so, talk about it, because tomorrow you wake up and you're going to be in this challenge. You need to know how to navigate to move forward. Some people don't want to talk about it. You better. Zimbabweans, we need to learn. Because whether we believe or we don't believe, we're going to think or we're going to think, these things are happening around us. And we have to really have a conversation around this issue. But let me just, open a video, an audio for Dr. Matthew so that you guys can actually listen to what he had to say regarding that issue. Take a listen, please.
The church has always been expected by God to be the voice of God in situations on the earth. Jesus himself, you would find him sometimes at loggerheads with the leaders and say, you Pharisees, you brood of vipers, why do you honor your traditions more than God? Why are you hypocritical and wanting to appear holier than thou, so to speak? If you take the subject that you brought up, the subject of sexuality, it's very clear that in the beginning, male and female created he. And it's part of God's grand plan for procreation. It's part of God's plan for how he wanted us to live on earth. Now, you come into a situation where the world is saying there are multiple genders. It's already at variance with what the word is saying, that male and female created he them. That's one. The second thing they come to is that it's the world is saying you must accept. Okay. Now, Trevor, sexuality is first and foremost ought to be a private thing. I don't wear a t-shirt that I'm heterosexual. I don't even announce to my kids that I'm heterosexual with their mom. It's a private thing that you should just observe and say, no, this is how he is. Now, when you say that someone has a preference, the distinguishing thing between us humans and other species is that when we feel an urge, when we feel a preference, we wait first before we execute it. So you say, if you're feeling angry, you don't just go and bash everyone. You say, is this right? Is this legal? Is this helpful? So you control yourself and you realize that I can't just do this. So when you say, I have a preference, which is at variance, homosexuality is called a sin in the Word of God. If you have that preference, it's not right to expect the whole world to celebrate it.
Right.
You know, that word pride that comes with the movement is, the Bible says, pride comes before, for God opposes the proud and gives grace to the humble. It's very important that we don't do that. Now, is the homosexual to be loved less? No. No. I don't believe in gay rights. I believe in human rights. I mean, you're absolutely right. The church has always been expected by God to be the voice of God in situations on the earth.
Like I said to you guys, I'm very much respectful, to everyone. But I also learned in life that the things that you may bash without understanding, but when you get to understand and when you get to be exposed to people who may have struggles, because there's so many reasons why people behave the way they do. Some people went through a lot of abuse in their childhood. Some people really came from very brutal families, where dysfunctional homes, and that affected their mental health. And then they get exposed to terrible influences. And then before you know it, they said, I'm this and I'm that. I just think we need to get to a point where we get to respect each other. Both ways. Whether you're straight or you're on the other side, it's so important to respect one another. I don't think I have to go around parading what I believe in to everyone. I don't. I just live my life. And I think both on the other side should just live their lives. LGBTQ community should live their life. Also on the other side, live your life. But don't project your beliefs or don't project your lifestyle on me. And there's no need for you to come to me and say, you want me to accept you? What do you want me to accept? Live your life. I've never questioned you about anything, so am I live my life too? So we need to understand that when we are in a society, if you believe in whatever you believe, just do it, but don't project it on me. Or don't have expectations that I should celebrate you wherever you pass. I'm not going to celebrate nothing. No, that's what you want. But don't expect my attention. I will respect you and expect you to respect me. So we need to just have a society that understands at the end of it all, we are souls, we are spirits. We have to love each other. Because the Bible is very straight. You love unconditionally. There's no need of hating your brother because they don't believe in what you believe in. Because they believe in whatever they want to do. As long as they're not hurting you, fair play. If we say no, some people are saying no, but I just think no matter how much we say no, it's happening in the country. As a matter of fact, including some of the people who are top officials are doing all these things that you don't even know. But because you don't know and you think that it's not happening, we better have a discussion about it and really find a way to be respectful towards one another. I do not want to, and I don't associate myself in those things. Even when people are doing them, I don't want to get involved in their stuff, but I just respect them. And that has been working for me. Just to create a society that is respectful of one another. But don't endorse or project your stuff on me, and don't think that I should bend my rules to suit you. I don't find any reason I must just jump because you believe to be a part of the LGBTQ, whatever it's called, community. I respect you. itesha munoita ikoko but usada kundidhonza ikoko, and don't usatira kuzviprojecta pandiri because andimbofanira kuda kuva part of it. There must be a way that we can be able to bring sanity in our society. We really don't want to mess up our children. I'm sure the government is doing whatever they can do, but we don't want, there must be no television, no teaching, no of nothing, like what Rwanda did. Rwanda banned all those movies, banned almost every teaching that has to pollute our children. That must be stopped. Our children deserve to live a healthy life, a respectful. We are willing to build a strong society. So whoever does whatever they're doing, they must make sure that we don't recruit our kids or even dragging our children to a mess. We must do like what Rwanda did, to find ways to block all this kind of toxicity and to raise our children in a very balanced community where they understand their position as a male and as a female. That's my take on this story, really. Now, the people that came very late, because they came very late. Like I see people are busy commenting here on Tendai Biti. They want me to say something, but like I said, a lot is happening. People are furious about our people. Because back to the story, we're done with this story of, praise God. But I think it was so important for us to really look into the story, and because it's happening right now in Zimbabwe, whether we're going to like it or not, we must talk about it. We must have conversations and really manage to bring peace and sanity in our community. It's important. It's important. But Tendai Biti, it's Chotun Wente, hey, Jacob Mafume, and also Tendai Biti, Welshman Ncube. These people have definitely betrayed the struggle. Not only did they betray, I think it was one thing for them to be disgruntled, but it's another thing to start demolishing and cause chaos in the country. Because the chaos in the country is only going to be lying with on Triple C. I think across the board is the toxicity. Instead of us saying, let's build the nation, we are not sitting just talking about absolutely nonsense. That's my concern. That's my main concern. Guys, please don't forget, drop your location, please. I need to know where you're watching us from because it helps us to really work with the time, because we are planning something. So we are strictly according to the timetable. So please drop your location. I need to actually know from where, from who, and from what, so that we are able to move forward. Thank you. Thank you. Tatenda said you're full of wisdom. God bless you. Bless you. Thank you. I appreciate you deeply. So drop your location, please. I need to send you some shout out. And also I need to know so that it's easier for us to prepare in the future. I'm coming back around 7. We're going to be touching another story, quite interesting story. And then also allegations that Tshabangu is Mr. Mnangagwa's son. They're simply like, we had to get more into that story. So we were going to look into it. Zimbabwe, teapot country, it keeps on boiling all the time. I think maybe teapot teapot pastor very. You know, Garishingo boilaga. The country. ZANUPF is desperate for one part state. Let's take a look at the comments, please. Because people are going nuts. Let's take a listen or take a look at the comments regarding Mr. Muchangwa. I'm coming back. We're going to talk about Songezo, the recalls that is actually busy with, that is happening right now. The letters that were sent out by Citizen Coalition for Change firing Songezo, and also he's rebutting, recalling many people in Harare, and also the mayor of Harare as well, and the deputy mayor were also recalled as toxicity left, right, and center. We're going to look at that story as well a little bit later. And Nelson Chamisa is the god. Honestly, guys, I've never seen men and women working so tirelessly to bring down this man. But the man is resolute and he's standing up, he's firm. He knows what he wants. Run back, Vusi, shout out to you. You know, he knows what he wants. And as we are talking right now, he's busy singing and dancing. Nelson Chamisa is singing and dancing. I don't know, what scripture is that again? Where God says, no, I'll fight your battles. Why are you sleeping? Sleeping while I fight your battles. That's exactly where we are right now. You chill and relax. I'm going to be fighting your battles. That's where we are now. Australia, shout out George, good to see you. You know, I'm going to just get in quickly here because I need to actually send some greetings to you guys. and tell you how much I love you. It's so good to see everybody. I respect you so much, guys, for your support. It really means a lot. Honestly, I'm overwhelmed by your love. Your support is enormous. Absolutely outstanding. Let's go here. You know, I'm so grateful, guys, for your coming. I'm so grateful. It really means a lot. Means a lot. All right, so let me say some shout outs. So there's EM Mary here. Shout out, good to see you, man. There's richly also Afro exclusive. This EM, okay, EM I did. Zim trending latest updates. Shout out to you, man. But you after a citizen coalition for change is kind of your thing. There's Unity Gouveia as well. Good to see you. Daddy Rai, good to see you. Cool. Good to see you, man. Joshua, I'm good to see you guys. Andrew, shout out to you. Memory. Notando. We have Trish. Claudette, there's Isaac here, Washington, shout out to you, good to see you. We have Mama, is that my mom? Oh, Mama. Good to see you. So you are my mom, actually. Good to see you. There's Wisbet here. Cool. Dorothy, good to see you. Zim TV, good to see you guys. There's Isaac, Freeman, Besta, Grace, oh my God, Constantia. There's Charles as well, Besta, Kelani, can I tell you, there's actually South Africans who watch here. So I know, I met some of them. I've told you, I've met one of them in the shop, actually. And he was like, oh, did you come back? I'm like, from where? He said, I thought you're not here. I said, no, I stay here, actually. I've been here for almost 19 years now, almost 20 years. There's Fusiso as well, Nevas Moyo. We have Cuthbert. We have Lillian. Good to see you, man. Good to see you guys. Chauke. Temb, Makuhwa, good to see you. We have Senzen. Shout out to you, man. Shout out Tatenda. Tinashe, shout out to see you, Claire, Emily, good to see you, Edwin, Eunice, Baika, Aston. Okay, Kalani, I did send some shout out. You're in the United States. Good to see you, man. Claire as well, Romeo, Vosi, you know, Bekumuzi, George. Guys, it's so good to see you. Like, I'm really grateful. We have MS Dev 04, Ango Pesh, Langton, is Archie, Destin Construction. It's good to see you guys. Good to see you, really. We had such an incredible time. I'm going to tell you, I'm coming back around 7. And I'm also going to be coming back around, you know, we have our late night show around 9, 9:30. That one is on fire. And we're going to be looking at Songezo. And they are alleging that is actually Mr. Mnangagwa's son. I need to get more details on that. But I've seen it circulating all over the place. I've seen messages that are circulating on WhatsApp. I don't have any, you know, I don't have any, you know, I don't have, you know, evidence to it, but I need to do a bit of research on that. But I will talk about it anyway. You know, I mean, there's always going to be speculations, whether we like it or not. That's how it is. It is what it is. But I'm disappointed with Tendai Biti, Welshman Ncube, Jema Fume, and also Chowton Wende. Guys, we are desperate to let go of this toxicity of bringing down ZANUPF. That's all we wanted. But you know what? Who knows what? But Nelson Chamisa is going to be the president of Zimbabwe one day. The way you guys are fighting him, you're definitely fighting with destiny. It shows that he's so connected to so many young people. He's going to be such, you know, a tool. God is going to use him as an inspiration to most of your young people, the next generation. And that's why you are fighting to topple him. But God won't let you. When time arrives, it will happen. God will let it happen. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what we can ever think or imagine. I love you all. May God bless you and may God bless Zimbabwe. Have a good day. And for those that are just waking up, I love you and bless you too.